my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with my Friday Hangout crew. We got Big Lyle, we got Matt Likes Comics, we got Collecto6, Stephen Gentner, the man of mystery, the man,
Warmonger.
warmonger, the man who steals from people's carts.
Who will
That's
be
not
up
me.
And then we
The cart
have
snatcher.
Nate from Holya Comics. So we have our lively crew. And we're going to go down many rabbit holes, and hopefully we don't get in trouble with PETA. So, but yeah, so it should be interesting. But before we get into that, I have a bit of an announcement about my Kickstarter. I have to kind of give a little bit of an announcement about that. I finally found out some information about it. So I spoke with Steve today, actually. So this is hot off the press news. Well, that's actually the problem. So there's 3 books out of all the books that were damaged. And
3 different covers.
3 different covers. 3 different covers. Yeah, I should say 3 different covers. So we're getting those reprinted, and they were supposed to be reprinted beginning of February, but it's now looking to middle of March.
Oh wow.
Things are really getting delayed. The printers are really delaying it. It's 2 different printers, I guess. I guess one is Inkwell and the other is Ready Comics. So if you guys want to complain to them, go ahead, complain to them. But they are the ones that caused the delay. I guess there was 120 orders that were placed through the Kickstarter. Of those, only about 20 were affected by this. So only 20 people. If you're one of those lucky 20, sorry. That's
your
what?
guy contacted me because he lost my address.
Oh, okay.
So I had to give him my address, which is hilarious because you can't go on a Kickstarter without filling out your address when you
Okay. So hopefully he gets back. Hopefully he gets. Which one did you order?
I ordered the $99 package or whatever that was. That's like 4 books.
Oh, okay. You might be affected then.
Yeah.
So the way it works is the 3 books that were affected were Rula, a Naughty Mandy, a Naughty
Sunny?
Which one? No. Sunny,
Judy?
normal Sunny, Naughty, Judy of the Jungle. Yes, Judy of the Jungle. So those 3 were the ones affected. And
You
I
said
also
something would, and you said that something would come, or there would be something that would occur.
Yeah, so the way it's going to work is anyone that's affected by this, and it's actually the biggest people that ordered the most actually get affected, myself included. What he's going to do is he's going to, like, if you are one of the people that didn't order one of the other covers, you're going to get like one of the other covers that you didn't order, like an extra bonus cover, bonus issue. If you order all the covers like Steven, you're going to get something different. You're going to get like one of his previous Kickstarters that he can throw in as a bonus.
It'll be coming from the Philippines, and there'll be holes in the box.
Yeah. So
and it ain't no parrot.
So a couple people got affected. I'm really sorry for the people that got
Alan,
affected. But
JX says that that's not mine, and he still doesn't have his.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm the messenger. So if you guys who didn't receive it, and it's not one of those books that I described, then please contact me on Instagram, and I will find out exactly what's going on with your specific case. Okay, and I will make sure that if you are one of those people that still hasn't received your books to this date, then what I'll do is make sure that you guys get some bonus when he does send it out. So don't worry. I will try to make you guys happy.
That's very nice. I like that. And I just want to say this. Alan is hopping sideways to try and get the fulfillment done.
Yes.
And the problem is you have not only one, but 2 different printers with the vagaries of what their workloads are to try to produce these. And it is a small batch. It's a very small batch where they have to set everything up to just run off a few. So That's the so I know that he's doing everything he possibly can. He catches the static for it, and so
Yeah.
but that is the Alan says that this is the latest information. So my father always said this is well, if you have to wait for a while, then relax because you got to wait.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. I do have some good news though, other than this, that I haven't even told you, Stephen. Um, I actually gave the stuff for the second Kickstarter. So supposedly in the next little while, I might get some of the art for that as well. So I might be able to kind of showcase some things when we. I'm going to do a new Kickstarter probably maybe in April, I would say. So hopefully everything gets filled. Like, I don't want to start a new Kickstarter until this one's done.
Yeah,
but, but that's the plan. So hopefully,
Alan, will there be more original art in this next go around because we only had one piece of original art in the first go round, and I think that would be something that would be of great interest, if not to you, I know to me, but I think other members, if there's some cover that they could have a shot at going after or having it be part of a package or something would be nice.
I can sort of guarantee that that's not going to be the case.
No,
And the
Mr.
reason I say
Gearhead?
that is not the case is just the way artists work nowadays. Most artists will do stuff digitally.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like AI. I mean just they draw it digitally. Yeah, it's just there's few artists nowadays that do things like the old school pen and ink on paper or something.
Mark Mueller says that everybody that hasn't gotten their book yet will receive a copy of the Ferret #1 for free.
Oh yeah, well that's kind of a big book. That's kind of pricey. I'm not sure if into that, but maybe like a page from the Ferret. Maybe that would be about
ripped out of a book. Ripped out of a book.
That'd be kind of funny, actually.
Put it in an old poly bag.
Yeah,
with rimples.
I have lots of old poly bags
with lots of patina. So. I know you have a few of those around.
Yeah, I have a bunch. So definitely I can provide those if you guys need. But okay, so that's enough of the Kickstarter stuff. I really do appreciate everyone's patience that have been waiting. Thank you. But I'm sorry for the delays. I'm just going to quickly say hi to the chat, and then we'll go around the table and start showing some rabbit holes. Okay, and we got Mark Mueller. Hi, Mark. Belazard.
It's gonna kill me.
Eric. You guys have like dirty minds. I'm not even gonna go there. Okay. We got Susie.
Sue.
And then we got Kim Union.
The scoffer.
And then we got Thomas.
Oh, Donald himself.
And Stevie D. I still haven't had a chance to watch your video, Stevie, but I'm gonna try to watch your video at some point. Hollyat Comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got AG.
Egg.
And then we got Belazar again. Okay, wait. Then we got JX.
JX.
He gets more evil as the comments go.
I know.
JX is you're getting on his last nerve, Alan.
Yeah, I know. Nobody likes me. Okay.
He knows some
guys. I have some news about
Bleaker.
one before we get into
Cliff.
Oh, okay, we got Cliff. Okay, we'll get there. One sec. Matt, one sec.
It's amusing.
One sec. I got a whole bunch of things here. Oh wait. I'm tilted now. We got Steve Allen. Sky Allen. Sorry.
Steve Allen. Wow, that's amazing.
Wow, Steve Allen, Sky Allen.
He's been dead for years.
And we got Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
And then we got Epoch. Hi, Epoch.
Hi, Epoch.
Okay, so good crew of people watching as well.
Did
you
get Bleak?
You forgot Bleaker.
I didn't see Bleaker.
He's in there.
We got Bleaker, and we've got the Library 88.
Okay. Hi, Library 88, and hi, Bleaker. I can't find you.
Listen to the sincerity, oozing cordiality, oozing,
I found Library.
Ahoy!
It's like, I'm on a phone. Okay, guys, I'm on a phone. I'm
you
scrolling
keep doing
like
this. I keep telling you again and again. You see, if you can't, if you can see it and it's your benefit, you can see it. If it's any other thing, then it's the phone's fault. Have you ever thought about actually having a piece of equipment that's large enough to actually look at it? No. Okay.
I prefer to just
Welcome to
blame
Canada.
Steven.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
What's the rule of thumb? Blame Steven, okay? So it's always
Oh,
Steven's fault.
okay. There you go.
Oh, there
Thank you.
we got. I see Bleecker now, and I see Big
Yeah,
Nasty.
don't you? Listen to that. How
We love
effusive
you,
that
Bleecker.
was. Ow, Blinker. Ow, Blinker.
No, I'm saying hi to them. I'm being like,
Yeah,
hello.
yeah, Blinker. Hi.
Hello.
Big
Shut up.
nasty.
Okay, Matt had some announcement that he had to make here. What's your announcement?
On a whim last week, after Saturday morning when I woke up, I checked the census to see how many Ferret ones there were. Last week on Saturday there were 15. As of this week, there are 23 CGC
Wow.
copies of Ferret One, the shaped one, the
Okay.
head-shaped one.
So guys,
And there's not one 9.8. Is there a 9.8 yet?
They're actually the vast majority.
Say it.
There are 5 9.8s.
Okay.
Oh, not
There was
many.
only one last week, so the vast majority of the ones this week are 9.8s.
And the prices
And-
they're asking, please.
Well, a 9.6 sold for $22.
Not even the
Wow.
price of the slab. What are
No.
the 9.8s going for?
They had no price.
Ferret
What do you mean
burst.
there's no price?
They're
I
collector's
need to-
items.
They haven't even been
Yeah.
sold or yeah.
So you're looking at the census. You're not looking at the actual being
That's
offered.
right. That's
So
right.
that means that we are having an impact, and
That's
there's
right.
probably about 20 billion of those printed, right?
Oh,
If we can get it to be the #1 graded comic out there, I think
The
all we
ferret
have to
says
do is
there's
get
only
30,000.
110, and it's him.
It's him.
Yeah, that'd be
good.
awesome. We're having an impact. That's all that
I
matters.
just found that amusing. And I thought I'd
Dubious distinction. I know another book. I'm going to be showing a book tonight that is another one that's going to change too.
oh,
Okay,
Sweet.
cool.
did I have
And the
something
price
to do
on it
with
was fantastic.
Okay, so let's go down the first rabbit hole with Lyle. Hey, Big Lyle.
Hi.
This is your theme. Okay, so just so
I know.
everyone knows, it was Lyle that came up with the theme for tonight.
Again, assigning blame. Why
Well-
is it?
Thank
From
you.
the
That's my
get go.
So a few weeks ago, if anybody was here, I showed this.
Yes.
And one of the characters in here is called the Jam. I never even heard of the Jam. I was going through my collection. I have thousands, and I'm not going to remember them all. I found the Jam.
Very cool.
And is it the first
Wow.
appearance? What's the
First
first
appearance.
appearance
This
of the
was #1 from May of 1988.
Holy crap, Lyle! Read the title of that comic. That's the
I
super
did. It
cool
says
color.
Super
What?
cool, color infected turbo adventure from hell #1.
Oh my god, that's so
Jam?
good.
Wow.
Oh,
Well,
Hagen's
that's the
going to
first
hate
one.
he missed that book.
Wow.
What a title!
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And going down the rabbit hole is not necessarily looking stuff up online and then just veering off. I mean, I'd have a certain idea of what I'm looking for, and I'll go to all the antique shops and wherever I visit and find things, and something will steer me the other way. And this comic book was on a shelf. I just like the cover. It's nothing very big, but it's a cool cover. Scary Tales, first appearance of Dragon Force from number 40 from 1983.
Nice.
That's cool.
Are
Yeah, it
bullets
looks
just
kinda like-
flying right through him, or are they?
What's that?
Hold the cover up for a second. Are bullets flying right through him, or is that just rays of some sort? Or
They are. Looks like they're going right through them.
wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then the other one, Hagen might like it. Nate will, and I'm sure Stephen will. They're called Reagan's Raiders.
I've seen this one before.
Have you?
I have.
So it says that Ronald Reagan, George Bush Sr., and other White House members become superpowered GI-like commandos that battle terrorists and Bolivian drug barons. There were 3 issues of this one.
Yeah.
So that's number 1, and this is number 2. Crazy.
What? Bonzo the monkey's not there? Or Bozo the
No, he's not. No. And then I'm sure Nate would like this one too. It's kind of an odd one. It's called Power Pachyderms.
Yes.
Oh yes.
This one's from it's number 1 from 1989.
Yep, I've seen that one.
Power Pachyderms.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's a Marvel comic?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, look, Magneto's on the cover and everything.
They were trying to corner the market on people who like mutants but really like elephants.
And then for all you coffee drinkers, I found this thing on the shelf. I'm like, never
Is this
seen
too
it.
much coffee, man? Yes, I
Yes!
love too much coffee, man.
Yeah. So I got it for $1.50. So this one's from 1997. It's number 1. It's a number 1 special.
You're supposed to shake when you hold that one up.
You know, it's funny. That book, I was actually looking for that one.
Were you?
Yeah, that there's that's the I'm looking for the first appearance of Too Much Coffee Man. I think there was
Oh.
another series before it though.
Yep. This one here is not a big thing, but I like the reflection in the mirror.
Oh yes.
Skull.
that's
very
really good.
nice.
Yeah,
That is
there's a
very
few like that.
cool.
That's actually one of my favorite covers for that series, and it's one that I would like to get.
Yeah, this one, the Whitman one, the Whitman variant. This one's a Neil Adams. It was an off. I'm sure everybody's seen this one, Skate Man.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I actually have it because it's rated as one of the worst comics.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
awful.
Oh, come
I
on.
agree. I
No,
think I've
that's
seen that
that's amazing.
Yeah,
I
this one's
saw
from-
that on a list this week. Say somebody else had that on a video.
This one's
I gotta
1983.
read it.
Do you have one, Nate?
No, I got it. That's on the list.
Okay.
I added it
I
to the
have it.
list.
So.
So this one's a Canadian comic. Dragon Star.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, I like it.
The
It has a
origins of
Land
Savage
of the
Dragon
American.
look to it.
This one's from 1987.
Doesn't it look like Savage Dragon a little bit?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
It also looks like the creature that killed Newman in Jurassic Park.
Yeah. This was number 2. And then there's this other weird thing.
Oh, cool.
is that Lethargy Man?
Lethargic.
Comics.
Yeah.
Lethargic Comics Weekly.
Number 10. It's got the Lethargic Lad, the Zit, him,
Lethargic Lad.
Walrus Boy, and the Grad.
Come on, lethargic lad. I don't
Believe it or
wanna-
not, I think I have.
It takes 11 issues for him to just get out of bed.
That'd be actually really funny.
This one's from 1992.
Isn't there an inferior 5 character that always is falling over asleep or something?
That would be
So-
awkward, man.
And when you mentioned a few weeks ago, Alan, that Joe from Black Box, Silver and Bronze, he liked these kind of covers, I found this one in my collection.
Oh, nice.
Dogs of War.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
nice.
Defiant Comics.
Yeah, number 1, 1994.
I have something from Defiant because I
I think I have like Dogs of War #1, but you know I was buying all the #1s back in the day.
And
Thinking,
then this
oh,
one's
these are going
got
to be worth $1 million.
a really colorful cover. This one's Valiant Presents the Destroyer.
Oh wow!
Oh, very.
That's almost like too much coffee man head. He's a burr head.
This one's number 0 from 1995.
By what company?
Valiant.
Valiant.
Ooh,
And
excellent.
this one's a newsstand. Yeah.
It looks like Steve Ditko craziness on that cover. Like I mean,
It's
not
the
him,
art
but-
was from a guy named Mike Manley.
Oh, Mike
Well, he's
Mike
actually
Manley.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mike Manley's
he's done a
Manley.
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mike Manley is like he is a workhorse. He has done
yeah.
like the adventure books, Justice League in DC. He drew Darkhawk. He
Matt-
could draw anything.
Matt will like
Wow.
this one. I dug this one out of my collection the other day.
Yes.
You have
That's
it?
actually a key.
It is.
Yeah. First appearance of Warlord.
Appearance and Origin of
Warlord.
Yeah.
Warlord by Mike Grell.
I picked
What's
that
the name
book
of the
up.
gal, Nate?
Ah, God, I don't remember.
So you say you like Grell and you like the Warlord?
I do.
Okay.
Well,
And
what's the
Who
name
is
of
she?
it then, Stephen?
What?
What's her name?
She is her name. Okay.
What's her name? No, I asked you what her name is.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
this one here is Dark Horse celebrating 20 years. It's dated from 2006. It's number.
I think that's either Shakira or Maria Rovanova. I just don't remember which.
I don't think it's Amaria or Renova.
But
Well, then it's
Shakira
not,
is the one that shapeshifts, right?
Right here, you got the
Yeah.
Rocketeer.
Yeah, I don't think it's her.
I had to
have-
take a minute to remember the name. So
I have that.
You have this one?
I
What
have
is
that
that?
one.
I have
That is-
I have a slew of all the variant 25-year special editions of Dark Horse. I've got Dark Horse coming out of my eyeballs.
Yeah, this one here has got. I just listed some of the characters. They've got.
Oh, JX says it's Magnolia.
Yeah, it's got Ghost, Monkey Man, and O'Brien, Gru, Concrete, Black Cross, the Goon, Grendel, Yosaji Ojimbo, Sock Monkey, Tarzan, Alien, Conan, The Mask, Flamin' Carrot, all of that. These is all one of those.
Flaming Carrot.
Wow.
God, I love the flaming carrot. That's a good cover. I love that one.
Yeah.
You know, on Dark Horse Presents #1, which is the Black Cross cover and Concrete is on the back.
Next.
Years ago, my buddy was looking into just 4 or 5 years back, was going through his garage, and he found 2 cases of books. One case was a full case of Boris the Bear #1, which I bought. And I basically sleeved them all, and then I put them into, then they had been sitting there for years.
Oh,
And
Boris the Bear.
there was a certain amount of spine roll because the kind of paper that they used, there was some sort of a little lift. So I put them in full back acid-free boards with Mylar. And then I did what Alan talked about, but I've been doing it since I was a kid, is that you counter each slab, each piece with the spines so that you reverse them. So that each spine is against, in other words, so that they lay completely flat. And they have been sitting on the ones that had the most pronounced little bit of a wow were the first ones down in the bottom of the box, and they have been pressed for, I think, about 7 or 8 years now. And just last night, underneath my desk in my upstairs office, I banged my foot on a cardboard box and said, "Damn, what is this?" And I pulled it out, and it was my buddy, and I went through this case of Dark Horse Presents #1s. And it was my half of this case, uncirculated, both of these uncirculated case of Dark Horse Presents #1, which I got out, and then I had already intersorted them before, but I basically then formalized it, and I put in some bubble wrap and cinched it up, and it's actually still in its original case box from Times Litho when it was printed, the first issue from Dark Horse Comics. And so those will sit there. And I think and as you know, I sent in, I think, I don't know, about 18 or 20 of those that came back 9/8 that I've been sitting on. Again, once in a while, I would have a flight of fancy, so, those things, because they were talking about doing a Concrete movie. And of course, the first appearance of Concrete and first cover appearance, albeit back cover, is on Dark Horse Presents #1. And so I said, I think on the advent that may at some point occur, I went ahead and protected myself by doing that. Chris Warner was the guy that did the cover to Black Cross, that cover on Black Cross for Dark Horse Presents #1. Black Cross didn't really go, but at the time that came out, that was what Mike Richardson wanted to have as the initial, original, first cover for his entire company, comic book company, was that Dark Cross, Black Cross character.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I know.
More information than you needed.
This Boris the Bear.
Let's get into. Let Matt do his.
Here, I thought the first appearance of Concrete was 3000 BC in Greece. Anyway, sorry. Okay, I have 5 different rabbit holes that I'm going to show over the course of the night.
Oh boy!
But I'm only going to do 3 right now.
Poor rabbit.
the first rabbit hole happened when I was looking at one day, and I finally found the adventure comic from Black Orchid that I did not have. So, needless to say, within an hour and a half, I had figured out her first 11 appearances and got every one of them.
There's only 3, aren't there?
No, there were 3 in Adventure, 4 in Suicide Squad, 3 here that I'm about to show. There was an appearance in Blue Devil, and there was another appearance in it's escaping me right now, but I got it. So, needless to say, $60 and 11 books later, I went down a rabbit hole. I got a video out of it. If you haven't seen it, it's there. It's there. This is Black Orchid. This is the mini series that she did, which redefined and actually gave her an origin. So this was book 1. And I have to say, I do like the character. I'm glad I did because...
Is it Dave McKean on art?
It is Dave McKean on art, yes.
Yeah, love that.
And it's He Who Shall Not Be Named that
yes,
he's written
right.
it.
But that was
Mostly
that was
because
a really,
I can't remember how to pronounce his last name.
that was a good series. I liked that one a lot.
And this one here's number 3.
Yeah.
Now, the second rabbit hole started when I bought a lot of Gold Key / Dell books. And it turned out that the majority of them were of 2 characters. So I'm going to call this the Duck Rabbit Hole. Because I ended up buying a lot of Donald Ducks and Daffy Duck books.
The old duck hole.
It's a duck
Yes.
hole then.
When you see that sign that everybody puts up with the yellow sign that says "Slow Children at Play," slow children. So that's it. Instead of saying "slow children at play," it's say it as one line: "Slow children at play,"
That
which
would be
which means even go slower.
Mhm. So yeah, these are some of the books that I got.
How many rounds are we going, Alan?
We can do like 2 rounds. It's up to you.
Here's Daffy. This is the first copy of a Daffy book that's actually called Daffy. It's outside of the 4-color. So Daffy number 4.
That guy in the hole looks like Steven.
Thank you. Hey, nice to see you, Lyle. Would you do me a favor? I'm sitting outside. I try to get invited into you. You're a big shot because I can't get into your to follow you because I have to be invited in to follow you. So I'd like to follow you. Hey,
stream, but we can invite people.
Cool books, Matt.
Yeah, and one more that I pulled out. This one I didn't get the original package. Alan was there when I bought this one when we were looking at doing a certain top 10 for musical.
Yeah, music covers.
So I got this one.
Cover.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very.
So yeah, I have like 40. I have like 30 issues of Daffy Duck and like 20 issues of Donald now. Silly. And the last set I'm going to show came from a rabbit hole that I recently. It was actually probably one of my first rabbit holes when I first got back into comics. There was 3 series in about 2007 and 8 that reintroduced the Legion of Superheroes back to continuity. And I showed some of these books on Nate's channel last week, with the ones with the Superman flight ring. This is the 3rd and final series of the ones that bring back the Legion, and it brings them back with the original team. No more of this 3-boot, no more of this, mixed teenagers, wanderers type thing. This is Legion of 3 Worlds Final Crisis, and it is the 3rd of 3 storylines that bring them back.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Number
very
2.
cool.
Number 3. See, pulled it out.
All right.
The other 2 series was a crossover between the Justice League and Justice Society. And that's why Starman is there. If you remember, when I showed those books last week, for the Justice Society. I said for some reason Starman's here from the future. It was part of this. This is this story here tells also the story of how Connor Kent gets resurrected. So it's a really good book. It also actually ends Superboy Prime. I don't think he's returned since. So it did have some effects in the bigger DC universe as well. So that's my first round.
Okay, very cool stuff.
Cool.
All right.
The Grand Poobah's going.
I've got my first rabbit hole
Oh,
is
nice.
FOMO. So the fact, the books that we show each other, like this one.
You're
here,
welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Lyle.
Mine's on his way. It should be here any day.
I know Steven has his, and Hagen has his. So we all
Mine's in the mail.
Yeah.
Mine is on its way right now. I'm hoping to have it by Tuesday.
Another rabbit hole I go down is just weird, like promotional stuff or public service stuff. So I showed this on Instagram. It's the Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Tandy Computer Kids from Radio Shack.
I have that coming in the same shipment.
Cool. Do you have three of them? Because I have three of them. Like
No, I
have
have the 3 series, all 3 issues.
I saw 2 more, like literally for $1 each, and I couldn't pass it up. I was like, I'm going to give this to somebody.
Wow.
Steven mentioned, and I grabbed this. Matt sent this to me, which I thought was very nice. So this is Green Arrow issue 3 by Mike Grell, who I like very much. And anything that he does the art on, I end up picking up.
Mike
So what is that hook thing that's hooking him? Like the sickle thing or whatever?
I think that's what it is. It's a sickle thing. Sorry.
It's
Yep.
All right.
oh God,
Is it the villain's weapon, maybe?
Hi, Callie. Yes, I had the Radio Shack Tandy Superman cover. I gave that to Joe at Black Box Silver and Bronze.
Yeah, I imagine they could appear in the DCU for James
That'd be
Gunn.
awesome.
I have all 3 of those coming. I also have the 2 issues that the 2 Superman issues that they were reprinted in. So,
And AG, yeah, that I feel like that's the holy grail of promotional books is the Subway Jared. I
actually
know of
heard
it.
that's actually a pretty big book.
Yeah, you can't find it, not for cheap. So I think this is the first appearance of the Simpsons in comics. And mine is still in the poly bag here, and so I collect anything. I mean, I have a ton of stuff from the Simpsons, so I've got trades and the holiday like oversized things. This has to have the poster because it's still sealed up.
In the poly bag.
My issue number 1, I do have the first issue. It also has the poster. So then I've tracked down and paid money for the Bongo free comic book day. Like, they were free at one point, but I see them and I pay money. So this is the 2006.
Not a good policy.
2007.
Oh, that's an Infinity cover.
Yeah. You like that one?
I
think Alan's getting the copy.
I'll have to get that one.
So that's
I
Like I
like all the
said-
Infinity covers, right?
Like I said, this
2007.
really should be called Friday FOMO.
Friday FOMO.
Friday FOMO.
2008 is an undersized issue, which I
And
thought
he's
was kind of
reading
interesting.
Amazing Fantasy.
With an ice cream cone. A comic book guy is scared.
Oh, free comic
Yeah,
book day,
freaking out. That's awesome.
I've got
He's
the
also rolling the book.
2018. And then Sky Allen. So I also collect any of these that I find. So like here's Itchy and Scratchy
is
number 1.
awesome. I actually have like a book that might be the prototype or where they got the idea for Itchy and Scratchy. That's in the mail.
You mean
Oh,
a cat
cool.
and a mouse fighting?
Yeah,
Now I can't remember. So this
but
is
violently so.
This is Radioactive Man number 216, but they started with some ridiculous number. This may be the first issue. I don't know. I can't.
No, it's not the first issue. I have the first issue actually.
Okay. Mine has a damn sticker on it. I hate when they have a sticker on it. The last 2 Simpsons ones I have. So Bart Simpson's pal Milhouse, I just think is great. That cover.
That's an expensive book.
Well,
Is it really?
Millhouse looks just like Matt Groening looked as a kid. That's
Right.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Some of those like obscure, like one of one kind of books, like where it's like one
Yeah.
shots, they're
I
actually
have-
quite valuable and rare.
Yeah, I have the Lisa one, the Maggie one, the Millhouse
Yeah.
one.
I think
This
the Millhouse one is
Maggie
I
pretty
think
suck.
this is kind of pricey. This is the Futurama Simpsons Infinitely Secret Crossover Crisis. It's a 2-issue thing between the Simpsons and Futurama, and up until they finally did a crossover, they did do a crossover animated episode, but until then, this was the only time they crossed over.
That's really cool.
Issue 1 is the famous Bender cover, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
And then I love the Tick, anything independent, but I love these too. So this is like Who's Who, but for the Tick. So this has the characters A through O in the Tick universe. You got a new Ben Englund cover on this, and if you look in it, you got just character biographies and write-ups, and just from the Tick universe.
Wow.
So I've got this one. This was one of the originals. Then they did some reissues that I found. So this is from 1993. One of my favorites there,
Look,
the Chainsaw Vigilante.
It's a homage to Adventure 300.
Yeah.
And then just a couple more here. So this was in 2000. They did some more, and it was a 4-issue series. And yes, more damn stickers.
Is it the place where you're buying it that does that?
Yeah, it's half-price books. There was a time period
half
where
price
they
books. You can get cheap things from them, but they're
Yeah.
annoying.
they finally quit putting stickers on the books. Thank goodness. So then the last thing I'll show, like just another oddball thing, like I literally have a long box just of Star Trek comic books over here, and then a short box of Star Trek double comic books, like things that I bought 2 copies of and didn't mean to. But this is so freaking awesome.
Oh,
The
wow.
Star Trek book and record, which does still
Have
have,
the
it's
record.
got the
Nice.
record. And
Have you played the record?
I have not played this record yet. I don't have, so for whatever reason,
It's not.
I don't have the,
45?
and I don't have that adapter thing for my,
You don't
Oh,
have a
my
45 adapter?
I guess, well, I might have at one time, but I don't have it. I haven't used
That
my
is
record
so
player in a
old
while.
school, the 45 adapter. Those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I had a record player in my room, and it had a pop-up adapter.
That's the way
Like,
mine was.
Yes.
Is it the
Yeah.
Fisher Price one?
I don't know, maybe.
It was like a brownish one with like, it's a brownish record player that opens up, and then it's like, it was like for kids, but it was like a record player, and it had a pop-up.
Probably then. Yeah, probably.
That's
Okay.
what I had.
That's what I got for round 1.
Okay, cool stuff.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What?
Okay, guys, now we can just relax, take a break for a while.
Uh-oh.
Here I am
Um,
sitting here. All right, Steven's next. Everybody else is saying, "Oh,
I have 2 rabbit holes that I am going to go down today. One I went down a little while ago, and that'll be the second one I show. The first one I want to show is, and this is a bonus. Here is my copy of Canoe Head,
Yeah.
and this came from Nate. Thank you very much, Nate. And at the same time he sent that, he also very nicely sent me this lovely Elvira.
That's a
Wow.
great cover.
Mm.
I
Thank
saw
you.
that
I
when
have never seen a cover with cake before. Yay!
She can have
Well,
her cake and eat
you
it
know, I was digging through a bin, and I saw that, and I literally bought that because I said I'm sending this to Steven.
Thank
So,
you very
I'm
much.
glad you like that one.
Some people are nice and send stuff, Alan. Okay, so there's that.
too. What?
Here is so I went down a rabbit hole here recently, and I didn't want to get into it, and then I ended up buying a few at an auction that were sort of fancier ones, and then I got trapped, and it's Lady Death.
The
So my
Death
first
Occult.
rabbit hole, I will show you some of the Lady Death I have. Everybody got quiet. Did everybody go away?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I'm
no.
mesmerized. My attention is elsewhere for some reason.
And this
I like
has
The
this
foil.
has all kinds of COA, everything fantastic
Yeah.
from everything going on.
So what is the big deal with that last cover you showed, Steven? Because that's the one I see that is everywhere. What is it about that cover?
It says this is to certify this signed limited copy of Lady Death number 1 is authentic. Each copy contains a black and white limited edition mini print, which is here behind it, by illustrator Stephen Hughes, and is limited to 5,000 signed and numbered copies. Accept no limitations, our friends. And then here they are signed. This is issue number 1,512 in calligraphy, no less.
Wow.
Fancy.
Yeah, premium. But this has got all manner of foil, shiny, embossed goodness going on.
Wow.
See, she got all this,
Like a
all
prism.
her necklace, all this, the gold skull necklace, and then the vat of boiling bosoms or whatever's going on over there. Signed and signed and signed. 15. So this was one of them.
It is like, that's just one of the most 90s covers I've ever seen. And I mean that in the best
It's
way.
loaded with 90s stuff. Brian
it's
Polito,
great.
who is the guy that, here's just one that here's another one, a certificate of authenticity.
Also a great 90s thing.
Yes.
This is Medieval Lady Death and Belladonna, number 1/2, gold foil edition, 600 only, and it has gold foil.
600 is kind of low,
Yeah.
especially for a 90s.
What number is that one? Oh,
It's that number.
Yes, but
Thanks,
back
I
then when they
appreciate it.
were embossing it with that gold foil, it was very expensive, Nate. So 600 copies would be about right.
2 long boxes.
Yeah, I like that one.
I think that the numbering system for Lady Death is like stereo instructions in Chinese. I don't know what the hell. I put them together. There's no I don't know what the dates are or anything else. She's got her skull G string on or whatever, with the skull with teeth down in the. I don't know what she's trying to say, guys. I really don't know what she's trying to say.
You know,
Just get them before they grow teeth. That's all I know.
I'm trying to bundle
I hate
up.
my mind.
Maybe they're dentures.
I was gonna say, good. Have some fun and get that other type of fun at the same time.
Here she has some kind of wowie zowie dragon sword of something. I have to say I do like these. I find them very interesting. This one is also very interesting.
Yoink.
Mm-hmm.
Scorched Earth number 1, Boudoir edition.
That title is apt.
It's apt. Here is another fancy Desecration number 2, the Bats edition. And they're all manner of different types of versions of these various covers. Just really interesting stuff.
Have you
Here's
had them
another.
a long time?
Say again?
Wow.
Have you had them a while?
Have I had them a while?
Yes, sir.
Not all that long. Probably, I would say this is like a couple of months. I mean, I go on these auctions and I ask. They say, "What are you looking for? Tell us what you are looking for. We will find it for you." I say, "Do you have any Lady Death?" "I have some." And then they'll put some of these up, and then what they'll do, I'm known well enough. When they'll start to show this stuff, is somebody get a hold of Steppo? Yeah, get a hold of Collecto. We got a bunch of books here. Get them going. Let's get that whale in here and start choking up money. This is a Brian Polito certificate of authenticity This document certifies the authenticity of this, blah, 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 blah. But this one actually has jewels. There are gemstones inside the metal pieces.
That's really
Holy
cool.
crap.
Actually. I like that one a lot.
First
I mean,
metal cover.
this is like an extremely limited edition one.
Does it say
Retribution
what the edition size
#1,
is?
Majestic Emerald Edition.
Does it say what the edition size is, or?
I can't see her brassiere from here, but it's that edition.
Bustier.
Wow.
It doesn't say how many, but they ain't many. That's the only copy I've ever seen of that one. That's the first time even on eBay or anything else. I said, "What is
Actually,
this?"
I disagree, K-Mun. I actually thought the green worked.
Oh, I think it really works
Yeah,
well.
I like it.
So there you go. Take that. Welcome to our chat where we hurl insults. I don't agree with you.
Yikes!
Whoa. That's some thin chainmail.
Wait, she doesn't have arms.
Wait,
Where's her arms?
Scoob.
Oh my God, she doesn't have arms. Oh yeah, they're up there. They're up behind her head.
And you'll see this. This is a Zerti cover.
Oh.
129 out of only 150. This is a rare one too. You guys like?
I like.
Well, you got any doubles?
Well, I actually have a double of this
I'm
one.
kidding.
Except this, I got the black and white. This is the 124 out of 150 on this one.
Oh wow, that's fairly limited.
I really do like Nathan Zerti very much. I think he's really great.
That's actually
Alan
a
will-
rabbit hole that I went down, is getting a whole bunch of Zerty stuff.
I didn't even have to go down a rabbit hole for that one. I'm just going, I'll take it. This one, this was one of the first ones that I got. Matter of fact, I think this is the first Lady Death I got, and it's one of the most spectacular ones. And this is the gold foil with red, jazzy red stuff going on, the skulls and all this.
Cover.
Isn't this something?
Yeah, that's
it's
something.
very shiny.
That is wild.
And this is Necrotic Genesis #2 of 2 of 2 premium foil edition. I don't think there are very many of these.
I agree with Callie. It does look like a Madonna album cover.
Oh yeah.
When Madonna was still Madonna, I don't know what she is now.
She's demonic.
Sacrificial Annihilation #1 of 2, the Naughty Edition.
Oh wow.
That is awesome.
I don't see any knots on that
Skull
cover.
Say again?
I don't see any knots on that cover at all. How do you know it's naughty?
Because of the green skulls and the blood. She's got one that's got this blood coming out, and there's skulls below. Skull Castle, and she's got her right leg, her right heel tucked up in her fanny.
Such a heel.
Here's number 11 out of 150.
You'll take your eye out, kid.
This is number 11 out of 150 of whatever this is.
Signed.
You noticed that?
Yeah.
What signature? Okay, I only got 3 more. Then I got this one.
Well, that's interesting.
She doesn't
Cool.
look very happy there.
Oh yeah, this one here. This is the Prism foil, limited to 400. Get this off. Limited to 400 Dark Horizons. And here is the certificate of authenticity from Avatar Press.
Oh wow.
And here it is. And you can see what I paid for it.
That is very foily. That is awesome.
It's really foily.
Foiled again. That's the book you need if you want to protect yourself from the government listening to your thoughts.
Interesting that you would say that, Matt.
Gotta chew it.
Here is the 10th anniversary embossed gold stamped, stamped special Lady Death 10th anniversary issue, heavy gold and embossed.
Yep.
I have that one.
I was waiting for that.
That is, good Lord, that is just some. Look at the spider, what the bones on her chest, like the way their hands that are just grabbing
her boobs. Yeah.
It is so over the top.
That's my first rabbit hole.
Nice. Very nice.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna show my rabbit hole. So I just pulled this out just to show the Simpsons one.
I have that.
I
have that
don't
one.
have that.
And did you guys know that there's 2 versions of this?
Yeah, that's
I
yours.
did.
Is the second version that's not as desirable.
No. That's not true. So there's the $1.95 version that doesn't have the poster, and then there's the $2.95 version, which this is because it says it has the poster. Okay, so this has the poster,
Sad.
and it has a cool flip book actually.
Oh, it's so yeah, they did that a lot. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were with me when I bought that. You were in your negotiation for all those slabs. When I
Yeah,
bought
well, I always try to get you the best deals. Okay, so the one of the biggest rabbit holes that I went down, it was like kind of like a year-long rabbit hole, was Popeye. And I just want to show you my Popeye thing. I forgot where. I think it all started with this book. This one right here. So, what's his name? Alex the Comic Quarter picked up a copy of this book. And at the time, when I looked it up, this was considered to be the first appearance of Popeye in comics. So I was like, oh, I got to get that book. You know, it's the first appearance. And then when I got it, I was like promptly told by so many people in the comments that no, in fact, there was earlier books that were the first appearance of Popeye. So I was like, okay, well, what's the first appearance of Popeye? And then I was told that this book was the first appearance of Popeye.
Wow.
This is the scrapbook, and there's nothing inside of it. It's just a cover. The inside is truly a scrapbook.
Blanks.
Yeah, it's just blank pages where you can
Was
paste
it-
in like news strips, right? From the
Right.
yeah.
It was like
And
a
I
make
think
your own
actually the
comic
person
book.
that
That's
had this
cool.
did a few of them. There's a few like from the 1930s, like news articles that have been put in this. So
Fiddle
it's kinda
Chips
cool in a
wants to
way.
know what year.
I think it's 1933.
That's wild. That's awesome, Alan.
So and
What's the
then,
number on it, Alan?
633.
Is the back cover just a blank cover?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh, I see. Nice.
So not super exciting in terms of like there's nothing else other than scrapbook pages inside. And then somebody told me about this little one. This is like one of those little cereal, box ones, or like or bread ones, or whatever it is. Like I believe this is also from 1930 something. Maybe you guys can read it. It's like, can you read that?
1930. Actually, that's what it looks like.
I
1933.
think it says 33.
Yeah, so 33. Okay. And this is like you open it up and it's like a compass thing. It's like some weird compass comic, like teaching kids how to use compasses.
That's cool.
Well, they're
I don't
trying
know
to
why.
point them. They're trying to point them in the right direction.
Yeah, point them in the right direction. To where
A public service.
Yeah, it's like helping them find the first appearance of Popeye. And then another Popeye that I was told that was an early one was this one.
That is awesome.
These are the canvassy kind of Popeyes.
Eugene the Jeep.
Yeah, that's Eugene the Jeep right there. And you got Sweet Pea, and you got Olive Oil, and
Wimpy.
Wimpy.
So
Yeah.
is that original, story, or is it reprints of the newspaper strips?
I think these would probably, I think these were all reprints of the newspaper strips.
That's really
I
cool.
think the original story happened much, much later in comics. Even like King Comics #1 is like, which is considered also the first appearance of Popeye. Doesn't have unique story. It's not an original story. And then there's this number
Oh.
2.
Those are outstanding.
Yeah.
Those are in really good shape.
The only problem is they have a little bit of staple rust.
I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
For them to
For a
last this
90-year-old
long
book.
and have that color, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
so these are from the early 30s. These would be like 32, 33 range.
Yeah,
So
because
Popeye, the character, was created in 1929.
Yeah, 1929.
Do you have the paint book, Alan?
The paint book?
Yeah, a Popeye paint book.
No, I don't. I know the one you're talking about, but no.
Well,
I
you
don't.
should. I have it. You want to show me?
Yeah, wait. I'll show the last one. This is the end of the rabbit hole anyway. So this is the first appearance of Popeye in printed format, beyond the newspaper prints.
31.
This is like 1931, I believe. Yeah.
Because he
31.
started in 29.
Yeah, this is 1931. So this is Thimble Theater #1. So that's the very first appearance of Popeye.
And Popeye was not the main character to begin with Thimble Theater.
No.
Thimble Theater
No.
actually had an ensemble,
Yep.
and Olive Oil was dating some other guy. And then in 1929, sometime in 1929, they just had a throwaway scene of Popeye standing by a lamppost. And they told a little story, and then he took off, and he became the biggest star of the whole bunch.
Yeah.
And here's this is from
Oh,
1930.
I actually do have that. What
No,
am I
you
thinking?
don't. No, you don't.
Yeah.
This is 1932,
Yeah.
and inside what you have is you
Yeah.
have they have an image that is basically colored, and then they have a big space underneath, and then they have some where they have the same image that is just just the lines, and some kids. Then the kids use crayons or paints because the paper's quite thick on the inside. It's the same on the back cover as well.
And where's that one from?
1932.
32.
The McLaughlin brothers were well known at that time for making board games as well.
Yes, McLaughlin Brothers
Yeah.
was definitely board games, like Parker Brothers with Monopoly and stuff. The McLaughlin Brothers had their own stuff too. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I just thought this had such a lovely image, and it wasn't terribly expensive, from 1932.
I actually thought it was the smaller one. I had the smaller one.
Oh, you mean that's the third print, the undesirable third print?
No, it's not even the same thing. It's
Oh, it's not even the third print? Oh my
It's
God,
like
Alan,
a
what's
little
wrong
big
with
book,
you?
but one of the long. They're long. I'll show it next round.
By the way, I just looked up. Thimble Theater was supposed to be Olive Oil as the lead character,
She
Olive
was.
Oil was the lead
Yeah.
character.
So
I
That's
see.
so weird.
and then somehow
Slut.
no worries. I got a book here that you might like. There, Matt. It's also from Mike Grell.
nice
Whoa. I've never heard of this. What is this?
Southern
The
Squadron.
introductions by Mike Grell.
This is #1 of 4. This one came out in 1990.
Now, he
It's
gets the
also him.
introduction, but he doesn't do the comic, correct?
No, but he does the cover. That's his signature on the cover.
Cover, yeah. And then this one here, when I found this one, the store owner threw something else in the bag, and when I got home, I looked at it, and I mean, I don't collect Jughead, but thought this was a cool cover anyway.
Oh, that is
Good
cool.
Lord.
Just one
Okay,
sec.
I
I'm going
love
to interrupt you
that
just for 1 sec. Sorry. I just want to show what I was thinking about. Is this one?
Oh.
It's like a thick book and has Popeye in the back. It's in really rough shape, but this is the other Popeye I was thinking about.
So is that newspaper strips inside, or is it a paint book?
Yeah, it's a. This one is from 1934. And it's like
Wow.
Saulfield was also well known for making coloring books.
I can kind of open it. It's a little bit
yeah,
rough.
sure. Okay, so it's like a storybook with illustrations. That's cool.
Yeah, I can kind of show it a little bit. So yeah, okay. I just wanted to quickly show that. That's what I thought Stephen was showing at first. Sorry. Okay, back to you, Lyle. Sorry about that.
No, you don't have to apologize. It's your show. So
Yes, he does.
I'm just So this is the Whitman variant of Flash Rainbow Raider. Do you have that one?
Oh, nice. I have that, but
I
not the
don't-
Whitman
I
version.
didn't know that this is a thing. That's the first appearance of Rainbow Raider, but it's a rare edition. I've
Yeah.
got to have one.
Yeah, this one's from June 1980. It was limited distribution.
Yeah,
So
those
were the
ones
Whitman
would have
ones only
been.
in Canada, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, they were
on that?
only in Canada and only in bag sets.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. This was number 286.
Yeah.
And then at the same place I found this one was a series in the 70s, Man from Atlantis,
Nice.
Yeah, that was a TV show, right?
1977,
How
78.
many men from how many Atlantises are there?
There's a lot. There's this
Well,
guy. There's
Quite a bit.
Plus,
Namor.
there's, like the fish people, like Superman's girlfriend there, Lori Lamares.
And then this one. There's nothing new. This is just a bunch of stuff that the seller threw in the bag when I got home. I'm thinking, what the heck is this?
The Grim Ghost. Let's see, we've got the gay ghost, the Grim Ghost, the not so happy ghost.
Gentleman Ghost.
Chaos Quarterly.
Yes.
First
Jeez.
appearance of Hell Bells, Diabolica, and Demonica.
That
Wow.
girl is really lamenting something.
That's very
She's lamenting that she didn't get to know the Grim Ghost.
And here's another. This was a weird cover. I'm sure Nate will like this one.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, but the art and the story was done by John Byrne, 1994.
Oh,
Nice.
is that him on the cover too? Did somebody paint his, or is that somebody? Or
That's
okay,
and then from the same series. This one is number 2. It's not things that I bought. Like I said, they just threw a bunch of stuff in the box, so in the bag. And this one here was another one of those weird covers.
Action Master and Green Ghost with Lotus.
Yeah.
That is
Number
I've never
1
heard of
from
that.
only 2 issues from 1991. This is number 1.
Wow.
And there's another weird one. 1 Mile Up.
1 mile up.
That looks like
that's-
John Rice Davies.
This was from
Yeah, it
1991.
does.
Indy, I'm coming to rescue you.
I think you showed this one a while ago there, Nate.
Oh, Lyle, just buckle up. That book may make a second appearance.
Oh, no.
First appearance of the Rebel.
That's too much hair. I think even the ferret
Is that
doesn't
like a
have that
mullet?
much hair.
Is that like a proper mullet?
I think his mullet's in a ponytail, maybe. But yeah,
Oh, even the ferret says he's a stupid character.
yeah. Dude, don't get the ferret started. He freaking hates Rebel.
Full of Fire. This was from
Michael
2019. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
And this is the last one, but this was a promo comic from 1993.
Oh,
Ultra.
Who is
Is that? It looks like Prime. Yeah, that's
yeah,
Prime.
it is. It is.
That's from Malibu. I actually used to read like Prime and all those ones
That's
way
it.
back in the day. Very cool.
Well,
ferret is not happy.
Ferret is not happy.
So hard.
Oh wait, did you wait? Do you have one more?
Yeah. This one's in 3D.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Believe
I
it or
don't
not,
have. I don't have
I
that
have
issue.
that in my cart.
Do you?
I have.
Yeah.
I have 1 and 2, but I don't have issue 3.
That's it.
Okay, very cool.
Okay.
Very nice, Lyle.
Thank you.
Speaking of cart, I have a gangsta ass barista in my cart that
Yeah,
I've got to get coming.
it's on my list.
Oh, there's a couple copies left at this certain place there, Nate, if you will go in. Okay, the next rabbit hole I went down was one that involved a very favorite villain of mine when I decided I was going to do a video of it. And that's this fella right here.
Oh, that's a good cover.
Oh, the
That is
parasite.
really
I knew you
Yeah.
got really into the parasite at one point.
Yes. This rabbit hole, I now have, I can honestly say now, I have every appearance this character's made in comics that I can find.
Oh,
Wow.
That's very cool.
no cavities.
And that's right. Here's
I did enjoy reading the first appearance of the ferret. That was a good story.
You mean the parasite?
Yeah, the parasite. Did I
this
say the
one he's
ferret?
not on the cover.
Sure did.
This one he's not on the
Oh my
cover, but
goodness.
he's
Freudian
here
slip.
inside.
That was very much a Freudian slip.
Somehow Parasite has managed to in this book he got the power to take over Lois's brain. So not only was
That
he
wasn't a very long trip.
and of course because I have this and
Yeah.
Yes.
I want it
Congrats.
like Alan and Startling Comics. I want every excuse to show this one off.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome book.
You know,
That one,
that-
I
so
feel like
good.
that book though is totally undervalued.
Yeah.
It really is. It really. But you watch. I'm telling you right now, the rumors still will not go away that the Parasite's going to be in the credits scene, post-credit scene of Superman.
Oh, you think they're going to show the parasite in the?
Yes, and if that happens, this book is going to triple overnight.
Yeah, it's a great book. I mean, you can get a high grade copy, and it's not even that bad. Like it's not.
Right.
Well,
Well,
it's
this
not as
one-
good. It's not as easy as it was.
No,
This
it
one
has
was,
it has gone up
listed.
some.
This one was listed at 4.5 at when I bought it, so you know it's probably like really a 5, right? So
Right.
Hmm.
you know the last rabbit hole I went down. Hagen's not here to give him the proper thing, but I know one guy in the crowd that is going to love this.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Here comes the
That-
comments.
that's dynamic.
Can you
Look at him.
Heart attack.
His fangs are bared. His
I am
claws
showing
are
the
ready.
ones. I am showing the ones that I don't usually show today. And can you?
Why?
Why? In this case, it qualifies. It's a rabbit hole.
Oh wow!
And more when I see his outfit, I think Aquaman.
Yeah. The colors make no sense for a damn ferret,
No,
but
I know, but
But it-
also the blonde
but it
hair.
works. Damn it! He makes it
And
work.
by the way, this is the book. This cover is the one that's in the really bad superheroes book there. That
And I like that cover. I mean,
I know,
that-
but this is
That's
the one they
actually,
need
that's
to
a
show
cool
the
cover.
ferret.
I have to say, it's a
it
cool cover.
is.
It's number 8 for those that are interested. Here's number 9. And number 10.
The rare number 10.
Everybody dies, sweetheart. By the way,
Good.
I would also
It's
like
like
to point out
poetry.
this month, this week, one of the new comics I bought, I meant to keep it out, actually has a dialogue on the cover. Has a dialogue bubble on the cover.
Okay.
It's a super. I think it's either Action or Superman. So that's it for my round here.
Cool. Those are cool.
But
books.
yes, you know how we talked about there's never dialogue boxes on covers anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was one this week. So
Okay.
All right. So the next, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I think we could do this like 3 or 4 more times, and I'd never run out of books to like connect to the idea of a rabbit hole. So Silver Age, ridiculous covers, and especially covers where people's bodies are transformed. That's a thing that I chase down. This one's just ridiculous. It's Action Comics number 230, and it has the the first appearance of, he's more sinister than Luthor, craftier than Brainiac. He's the diabolical Dr. Supernatural.
Yes,
And
Dr. Supernatural.
Yeah, he has an execution buzzard that Superman is hanging on to, which I just love this cover. It's so ridiculous.
I will tell you that book was in-house ads for that book were extensive. When that book came out, the editors or whoever the ad department was, they showed that book all the time.
Because
and everyone says you got to have it, and I have that book.
Yeah, I have other books from this period, and this is advertised.
I actually think
it's in every one.
I think that's
so. Did they think it's going to be like a major character or something?
I don't. No idea. I think they were just pushing it. This is a later one, Action Comics 397, which is what was the secret of wheelchair Superman, and he's in a wheelchair. But he also has a closet full of Superman robots. Like there's one here and there's one there that's headless in the back. And he's holding Lois's picture because she's married in the future and he's in a wheelchair. And he's got a signed picture of Jimmy Olsen. Like, do you have a signed picture of any of your friends?
Yes. I gave one away.
Matt used to have one.
I gave one away in my first giveaway, if you'll remember.
So, like in this, it's the future, and Jimmy is the mayor or something.
That's a really horrible pun.
Well, he is. That's the thing. Is like he still has super speed, but he's in a wheelchair, so he just moves through the city real fast. He's still wearing his costume, but he wants to disguise himself. So he's wearing a beard and a hat and sunglasses, but with a Superman costume under like a robe. It's a terrible disguise. And
what's with the Reed Richards burns on him?
It's because he's old. It's the future.
He's old Superman.
Yeah.
He's old.
For young Superman, this is like the best. Speaking of word balloons, Matt, I just love this. So Superman's busting in, taking off his Clark Kent disguise, and he says, I'll tell you why I'll never marry you, Lana, or you, Lois. Who wants a wife so stupid she doesn't realize I'm Superman when I take off my Clark Kent glasses?
People have said that forever.
So that's Lois Lane 63. Wow. That's a great one.
When you take your glasses off, Nate, you turn into Superman.
Oh my God!
Superman!
It's him!
Oh my God,
it's Superman!
Cool. Adventure 298.
I have that.
Lana is so fat she's stuck in a phone booth, and Superboy's also fat. Instead of just getting her out with his super strength, he flies her through the city so it's less conspicuous.
Which number?
This is Adventure 298. My copy
just before the Legion.
Really sun faded.
Adventure Tales of Sorrow
324 has.
I told you the story on that one, or did I?
I don't know.
The story on that last one with the gas lad and all that other stuff, my brother got that book from a friend of his, and I was collecting adventure comics at the time, and I didn't have that. And so Doug had it over me, my brother Doug. Finally, I euchred him out of it. I traded him some Drek for it and stuff. And then what I did was I proceeded to laugh at him and tell him what a jackass he was, basically, for trading me, what a fool. And I put it in my case, and we went down to dinner. Then about just as dinner was getting over, Doug excused himself from the table, and then I hear from the stairs of our wing, basically the back stairs to the servants' quarters, which is where my brother and I were. He goes, Steve! I go, what? He says, come here. And I go, I'm busy. No, I said, no, come here. I want to show you something. So I got to the bottom of the stair, and I look up, and he had gone into my room. He knew exactly where to find that book. He held it in his hands, and he ripped it in half in front of me.
Oh.
And I absolutely burst into tears and started to run up the stairs after him.
I
And
would
then
too. Now.
Doug said and then Doug ran into the bathroom and locked the door. And he says, I thought it was safe because I had a toilet. So if I had to go to the bathroom and I had water, and then I was waiting for Dad to save me. So I
That's
learned my
funny.
lesson. I was an asshole and I deserve what I got. But that's how I remember Evolvo Lad and a Gas Girl and all that other stuff. That
So-
book rings a real bell with me.
Did you replace it? Do you have another copy?
Finally, I got a copy of it. It's very
Good.
bittersweet putting that into my collection, I'll tell you.
That's good. I'm glad you replaced it. This is Adventure 330. It's another Superboy is fat, but it's because the Legionnaires all swapped their powers. Their powers got swapped. So he's got Bouncing Boy's power. That's why he's fat. But anything where they end up, ridiculous. This
Body
one has,
transformations, yeah.
Yeah, this one has a super genius baby with a giant
great
head.
costume.
And
Oh wow.
Does the baby have a beard?
no, it's just
Just
the,
a really
the-
big head.
Oh, his other hand.
yeah.
His other hand. I thought he had a beard, like a goatee or something.
Right. No, he's just double fisting the chalk. He's doing that much math. Jimmy Olsen, 63, has a bunch of the people. What is this? The Superman Squad or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love the one with the beard. Looking
No,
like
it's not. No, what that is those
are
characters
all
were
old
all
Superman.
versions of Superman, either from Red Kryptonite or something else.
Right.
And they basically brought them all back and put them onto a cover, plus one of the clowns out of Kandor.
Okay. This one I wish was in better shape, but I don't.
Oh
care.
yeah, I've got that one.
Porcupine Kid.
It looks prickly.
Yeah, this one is in rough shape, but it, to read.
Yeah, well, it's an older book. I mean, like that's got
Yeah.
to be 62.
It's number 65. This one's in
I mean,
really good shape.
1962. Sorry.
This is number 81, and this one I really like Superman as a genie because look, he looks like really evil, like
Spock.
So, yeah. And then there's
Who's
these
that
other
demon
demons coming
character
out.
next to him?
They
I
open up
just read that
Pandora's
story.
box.
Oh, Pandora.
I just read that story today.
Yeah.
It was in a
So
reprint.
how did Superman become the evil elf out of Pandora's box?
I haven't read it yet. I haven't read this one yet.
Well,
It's
Matt,
in
It
the-
happens
read
to
it.
be. He becomes the evil elf out of Pandora's box because Jimmy Olsen has a dream. He opens a box and there's this radioactive rock in there that makes him hallucinate. So he thinks he's released demons. He thinks he's killed Professor Lang. He thinks that he's made Superman bad because all the demons got into him and used him with his signal watch to bring Superman and da 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 da. That's how basically But it was all just a dream.
Oh, that happens a lot.
Mhm.
This is a book in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe. So, like, if they had an expanded universe, this is part of it. This is Mirage Studios. It's Gizmo number 2. I have another book with this character in it, but I don't have just this solo thing. This one is yet another one with a sticker. And making his second appearance tonight is Rebel. Rebel number 1. Big Nasty Comics showed this on my channel, and I just happened to come across. I actually bought 2 copies. I have 2
Twinsies.
copies because I was like, I'm going to keep one, and one's going to go in my giveaway pile. Okay, JX is saying that's pre-TMNT. That's cool to know. I got 3 more, and I'll show them really quick. So this is a childhood book. This is the Superman
Oh wow, that's a
Shazam
big
Treasury
one. I've been
Edition.
trying to get that actually. I need to get
Ma-
that one.
I had this when I was like 6 years old. I mean, this thing has the cover is falling off. Actually, I just found, because I forgot I even did this, but inside of this is where I stored my copy of the National Whisper from when Superman died. And
Oh wow,
I saw, so like this was the National Enquirer from Metropolis.
that's
like
so
Metropolis,
funny.
yes. And at the
So-
time, Kat Grant was writing for that because she'd been just fired from
Yeah.
from the Daily Planet.
a humongous S was found in a Kansas wheat field.
Oh wow.
And it's just a big advertisement. It opens up into this.
That's
Wow.
cool.
And so
That's
I
very
kept this
cool.
and they keep it flat, apparently. But yeah, so this, I love these things. And another one I've had since I was a kid, but I lost, I'm not sure how, was this one here of Batman's Strangest Cases. So I rebought this one. This sticker is not on the book, thankfully. But this one has that Swamp Thing story, Swamp Thing and Batman with the dog.
Right.
Where they cross over, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good story. And this was like, I had this when I was a kid, so I had to get this one again.
Is that one of those Treasury editions?
No,
Yeah.
it's halfway between, isn't it?
No, it's, I mean, this is, well, I don't know. I mean, it's a limited collector's edition is what it says at the top.
No, that's the full size. The other one that before, is that the same size? You must have a big bag for it or something.
Yeah, it's just an oversized bag. It's the same
Okay,
size.
fair enough. That fooled me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. And then the last one I got is the Superman and Flash, because I mean I'm all about the Silver Age Flash, and this reprints the first race. And this one's really cool.
Came out, yeah.
Mhm.
So that's my trip down the old silver hole, and the
Oh,
and the oversized rabbit. I went down the oversized rabbit hole.
Very nice.
Ouch.
Thank you. No, you didn't feel it. It was oversized.
Did you have to use the holy hand grenade to get in?
That rabbit is murder. I'm old enough that I bought those off the newsstand, those Treasury editions. I have quite an extensive Marvel and DC set of those. And when I got rid of my collection in '88, I had them in a big box that I kept all my textbooks from college, because I knew that I could use. They were expensive as hell. So I was loath to get rid of them. And then, of course, I realized I tried to find something in one of them, and the information inside of it was outdated. I said, screw it. And the interesting thing is that our big bookstores won't take old textbooks. They won't take them. They say, no, we don't want those. So I don't even know why they gave them to Goodwill or something like that. But I did. But because they were down in the bottom stacked carefully. I have, and if you go on my Instagram, you'll see I have my complete sets of both the Marvel and the DC collector's editions, and they're perfect. And finding those things perfect is tough, but they're still not terribly expensive. And I refuse to get the Muhammad Ali one because I remember when he was Cassius Clay, and some of the stuff that he did and some of the positions he took really pissed me off. I appreciated him as a boxer, but I didn't care for that, and so I refused to get the one with him on the cover. One of the rabbit holes I went down in 1988 was to go into Golden Age comics. And one of the things that I learned later was that some of the marketing that was done by companies like Fawcett that did huge marketing crossover things with interesting giveaway kind of things. They're not giveaway, but you send away and for money and what have you. And I have a bunch of that Fawcett stuff. But a few years ago, actually quite a few years ago, a friend of mine who travels the country and finds various things came across, and I don't know where in the hell he got these, but you were talking about, we saw Saulfield, Saalfield, Saulfield. And Saulfield got the rights to publish and you produce interesting stuff. And one of the things that they produced in 1940 were authorized puzzles of the early Superman images and as puzzles. And these
Is that
were
Action 23 cover?
I think it is. And this is the permanent file copy of this puzzle that was needed to be returned. They kept this in an area where the public couldn't get to them. They had to issue this out. And after it was used for reference or whatever it was used for, it had to be returned back to the library desk. And so I don't know if the library had a sale or whatever happened, but here is this. No, it's cardboard. And here is the box. And this is number 1504. And this is, again, Saulfield.
Yep.
And So inside were these puzzles. Here is one.
Oh wow.
Now these basically are providing you. I think this is Superman number 3. I think.
Something like that.
And you'll notice that the kid is kind of the goofy, cartoony guy. And so, in other words, that was one of the things they would mix cartoony with real. But this is, Superman number 3. So that's one. You only get 3 puzzles in each set. Here is the Virgin variant of that cover.
Very nice.
I've never
awesome.
ever seen another set of these in my life. I've never seen one offered. I've never even heard about another set of these.
So would these pieces be all mixed together inside the box normally? Or?
There are 3. They give you 3 in each box, and then the third.
But I mean, would pieces like for all 3 puzzles be mixed together?
No. All three puzzles were inside this one box.
Oh, but they're all put together. They're not taken apart. Is my point.
No. They if I move the wrong way, they'll crumble into pieces. I mean, they'll fall apart.
Okay.
Then I'll have to put them together again, Alan. You want me to have to do that? What are you, some kind of crazy guy or something?
Yeah, Sparky, I don't have it. No, I don't have that.
So, and incredibly, remarkably, there were 2 of them.
What?
Oh, very nice.
And again, these are from 1940. On my Superman Inc. By Stationers. Now, what is this called? In order for them to do this, they had to get authorization from Stationers Hall.
Hi, Hudat.
Hi, Hudat. They were registered at Stationers Hall in New York. God damn it. White,
You're fine.
White on black, it drives me crazy. This 1940 registered copyright Superman Incorporated. And here is the second one. And the puzzles in this one, we have one duplicate, which is the one with the kid. There is one dupe. It's the same one. They gave you one. This the same one in this set.
That's nice though.
And then they give you here's the cover. Damn it! Don't fall apart now.
Don't let it fall apart.
I don't want it. I just don't want it to damage it.
Hey, you can hold it pretty flat. We can see it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You don't.
So there's this.
Is
the tank, and then the last one is a great crashing airplane scene.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So I have never shown these before anywhere online.
What are these? Like, what era is this from?
1940.
1940.
Wow.
These came out in 1940.
Wow.
So this is the earliest of early. Like,
this is right when Superman came out and got popular. From 38, when in the 39 everything was rolling, so Salfield went over and got the rights to produce puzzles utilizing authorized and actual covers of the early Superman books.
So are these like maybe the first toys for Superman?
Well,
like
if they aren't, they're right down there with them. But again, these when I say I go down a rabbit hole, things that have to do with the history of our characters, especially for someone as important as Superman. Although I'm not a huge Superman collector, this kind of Superman stuff is made out of unobtainium, and when Superman is absolutely at the best, he can't fly, he can just jump. And he's strong as hell, but he's not omnipotent. He's a far more interesting and far more progressive person, because he would take on management and labor to try to solve problems, and he'd throw villains, like he'd be fighting some guy in a building, And the guy empties his revolver into his chest, and he says, "You done?" He says, "Yeah." Then he just takes him and he pitches him off the Action 10 is correct.
Yeah.
Pitches him off the building, and he goes, "That's that." And the guy is street pizza down at the base of the Daily Planet.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then,
early Spider-Man or Superman just so
okay.
violent.
Early
Sparky
Batman
says
too.
that there's some on
Yeah, that's
eBay, but they might be later ones.
No, they do have the Superman and Batman puzzles are around. Don't get me wrong. Generally, those are from some of them are from the 50s, and some are from the 60s. But you will not find ones from 1940, or at least if you do, you should pick them up because there can't be many of them. And sometime, not now, but sometime I will share with you Bob Overstreet when I sat on the bus with him down to the Sotheby's auction when I became an advisor in 1995. We were talking about Alex Schomburg because I told him I was collecting Schomburg, and he was a big Schomburg collector too. And he told me that the rarest thing that he had found, which I would tell you is this Gaiety cover right here, which is Alex Schomburg. I posted that today. It's just a beautiful piece, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of good girl art and almost tattoo art. But he said that the toughest thing that he had found was a puzzle set by Alex Schomburg and also included one puzzle by his brother, August Schomburg. And so it took me from 1995, when I first heard about that, until I think about 2002, I finally found an actual puzzle set complete in the box of the Schomburg Liberty puzzles that have basically huge Schomburg prints that were utilized, and this was done by Whitman Publishing because Whitman had the rights to use a lot of the World War II imagery that Mr. Schomburg did. And Whitman had all manner of stuff that they had. They had, I won't go into it. I have it all, pretty much all. But it's extremely offbeat and hard to find, but the puzzles are absolutely stunning. So anyway, I wanted to show you these because as I said, I haven't shown anybody, and I wanted to do these with you here tonight. And since I'm monopolizing everything, I promised that I would show something, and I'm going to show something, and that is in April of 2023, I was trying to buy a copy of a Cindy book. And it was a picture, it was a cat fight thing where they were being super nice with one another, dripping with friendliness, but their claws were out. And the guys are in a gazebo behind going, "Whoa, saucer of milk, saucer of milk." And they're being incredibly rude. And so I called the guy. I said, "Hey, is that for sale?" He said, "No, I just got it. But I do have a book for sale you might like." And I said, "What is that?" And he says, "It's Diary Secrets."
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And I said, I'd never heard of it because I was used to buying Baker covers from Fox Features Syndicate. But after he left Fox Features Syndicate in 50 or 51 or whatever it was, and went to work for St. John, for Archer St. John, this is one beautiful book, and I bought this. And then I said, because I was completely unaware of what St. John Publishing had. So I said, "Oh my God, there are other companies that have Matt Baker." And I always thought it was Fox Features, Phantom Lady, blah, blah, All Top, things like that. So here's one from another company called Leader Enterprises. All of these books, all of these ones that I'm going to show you, were the rabbit hole I went down. And these are the slabs, not the raws. I have a whole bunch of raws as well. But here is Flying Jenny -- 2 from Leader Publications, and there's a Matt Baker.
That book. I'm still trying to get that one.
It
I'm missing out on it.
It is one of the. This is one of the coolest Matt Baker full figure picture of a gal, because you do get segmented covers with St. John for the most part. That's just the way they were. They wanted to let you know there were different things going on, but they give you a good image anyway. But here is Flying Jenny. Isn't that a beauty?
The colors are amazing.
Again, the grade was 4.5. There were others that were higher grade. This had the best colors, and it's a 4.5 because I don't know why it's a 4.5. There's nothing wrong with it. Buy the book, not the label. Always buy the book, not the label.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
This one I actually had a little bit before because I had tumbled to it, but here is this beautiful crime reporter, and I was able to buy this one very, very favorably. I don't think the people knew what they had, but this is probably one of his best. And the black cover, to have this in a 7.5 for a cover that's black like that is really hard. And the guy, and I pointed this out before, Bill Ward does the same thing, and I think that Kamen does the same thing. They spend a lot, in Baker, they spend a lot of time making the girls, and then they will draw the guys, but the guys are drawn. See, he's drawn. See, he's there. But the girl has got fancy lingerie. She's got her pumps. She's shaded beautifully, her face and hair and all that. And the bullet trail, although you can't see it, goes right through her hand.
Oh.
Doesn't go through her neck. It goes through her hand. And this is Crime Reporter number 2. And this is from St. John Publishing from 10 of 48. So I had one St. John, but he had different ones. This one was harder to get, and I just got this one, again, down my Baker rabbit hole. This was probably one of the most recent. This is one of the ones that came up on, and the guy had a price on it, and it went up twice, and he couldn't get the price that he wanted. He wanted way, way, way too much money for it. So he put it up in auction, and that's how I ended up getting it. I don't think I set the market, but I probably was close to market because you just never see this book. But here is the other crime reporter of his, which is Crime Reporter number 3.
I like it.
Isn't that a honey? Yeah. Now, the thing about this I love is look at the perspective that we've got, because she is got the mirror to her back. And you can see the back of her head in the mirror. So she is looking at the mirror, looking at the window that we are seeing in reflection of the guy coming through the door. This, to basically set up the proportion for this and to set up the perspective for this and have it actually look right, that's Matt Baker. And look at how
you know what? I didn't realize it was a mirror. I thought it was like like a motion image, like she was looking behind her.
Yes, I see what you're saying, but no, what it is she's stepped off of her chair. But look at the screwy incense burner on her desk. What's the green guy doing there? She's cutting a butt or something.
The lamp is awesome. That's a great period lamp too.
This is how Matt Baker, Schomburg dresses his scenes very well too. He'll have punch bowls, he'll have chandeliers, he'll have vases, he'll have stuff. Bill Ward does it too, but it's screwy stuff like bonsai trees and beer steins and stuff like that. So I'll put a beer stein in there with flowers. But this is just a wild and extremely hard book to get.
Are those in the late 40s, early 50s?
No, these late 40s. This is October of 1948, St. John, Crime Reporter number 3. And the sweet spot for the absolute zenith of Good Girl, as Good Girl straight up, runs from 47 to 49. There's a little bit of it in 46, very little right at the end, but it's starting in 47, and then through 47 is probably the best. And then going into 48, it sort of peters out as far as how graphic and lurid it is. And then by 1950, it's gone. Really, it's not that. And then what happens is this. They didn't get rid of it. It just shot out into all the other genres like crime and space, science fiction, pre-code horror. I mean, you name it, super, everything else. The girls they basically flooded girls into the marketplace because it was post-World War II, and guys didn't want to see guys in tights. They wanted to see girls in stockings. And so back down, and so again with Matt Baker, I basically ended up going into this has been the rabbit hole since I got that first Diary Secrets. Here is another one. This is Wartime Romances number 8. And this is really a very iconic cover where he's got the evil gal. She says, "But Brad, if you're leaving for Korea tomorrow," which tells you exactly when this was, "it would be silly for us to get married now." He says, "You don't have to say any more, Nancy. I should have seen through you before. You said you'd marry me just so you could come to Hawaii for a spree at my expense."
A spree? That's scandalous.
That's right. That's a lot of spree going on around here. But she is.
You think they had
lovely.
separate hotel rooms?
Nope.
I don't think so, man.
Well,
I think I like to use the excuse that the hotel made a mistake, and we only got one bed.
I've seen those
That's
movies,
how I
Matt.
met Mrs. Hall. Yeah,
I've seen those, Nate. Confessions of an Army Wife. So there's that one. Here's
Bye, Andres.
Here's a gorgeous dresses for you without paying a cent. Oh, stay away from open flames. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Teenage romances. There's a lot of romance going on here. Teenage romances number 3 from July of 1949. And this is, you get the full picture on this one, which is nice, instead of getting the try picture. The blonde in the front who's disgruntled says, "What a barefaced liar. She's just mad because John won't pay any attention to her. He's been annoying me all night, Dad. Isn't there something you can do?" "Why, you young whippersnapper, I'll have you fired." But Linda, that's not true."
Whippersnapper.
I always liked that expression, whippersnapper. I always thought it was cute.
Then I continued down the rabbit hole, and this one I got probably the third book I got. This is the second one I got after I got that Diary Secrets, and this is Wartime Romances. This also came from there, but look at the fabulous Fanny on that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
And in her, pick that up.
In her hand is a marriage license. And she says, "But there isn't time, honey. My battalion is leaving for the port of embarkation," again to Korea. He says, "I won't cry." She says, "I won't cry, Bob. I know you love me, but please come back." Now, tell me, this guy's pushing this off of him? Wow. What he's not a Marine, I can tell you that.
So
I mean, my God. So this is where
must be Air Force.
Twinsies.
Twinsies. Sorry, I had to do it.
That's all right. I only have 2 more. I've monopolized a lot of time, but I wanted to show those puzzles to you because I wanted to share those with you especially. But so there's this one, but oh my God. And then this tight little top that I don't know what kind of, all kind of swopey and everything else and tight around the waist and everything. This is a classic cover. This is Matt Baker. This is what makes Matt Baker Matt Baker. Kamen draws beautifully. Feldstein draws beautifully. There are any number of guys that can draw beautifully, and they do. Beautiful women, they do. But I'm here to tell you, Joe Doolin is another. Bob Lubers is another. And like I say, Kamen as well. But I'm here to tell you that Matt Baker has cheeks, not war. But that she is absolutely, I mean, and the fashion and the expression on her face, the lovely faces and hairdos, that's what sets Matt Baker apart from all the rest of them. I mean, you just cannot. He is the top. He is the king.
If you look at the girl's face, by the way, of that girl, she looks like Canteen Kate.
Well, and that, of course, I mean, she looks similar. She's a little bit nastier across the eyes than Canteen Kate looks sweet. I have I have one Canteen Kate, I think 2. I don't have the big face one. Alan loves the big face one. I like the ones that I like to see limbs.
So, do you think she paid less than 1 cent for that gorgeous dress?
I'm almost certain of that. I'm almost certain of that.
Because
And
He's
then
on fire.
from my friend Ryan at Automatic Comics, he put up a listing for one. You know that a lot of these are pre-code books, but some of the rarest ones are the code books that were then in 54. And that would be very near the end of his career because he didn't live that. I think 59 he passed away because
59.
he had a bad heart. He had a bad heart. And so
He was
he
young.
died young. A lot of our wonderful artists died young. Dave Stevens and
Wally Wood.
Darwin Cook and Michael
Michael
Turner. And there are a lot of these guys that are gifted artists and they died too young.
Wally Wood.
That's why I
Well,
said Wally Wood.
Wally was not all that young, I think, when he checked out. But nevertheless,
25, I think.
this is a code book by St. John called Diary Secrets number 30, which I think is right near the end of the line. But here is a beautiful code cover with a gal in a lovely dress. Again, a beautiful Matt Baker cover.
yeah, if you're looking for a giant lady, you can't. You could do a lot worse than that.
Well, there's lots of her to go around the four men. Legs, arms, various appendages.
I'm just picturing the mud wrestling match between her and Giganta.
You know what, Matt? You are a twisted monkey up there in Canada. And the last one I have is from one of the series that St. John has that there are sort of hits and misses inside, but there are certain covers in the different titles that are the best covers. For example, Cinderella Love, it's issue number 25, is it, Alan? Or 19?
Yes.
What is it?
25.
25 is the party cover, which is made of unobtainium and very expensive, and it's a good cover. But the one that I think is the runner up to this is Cinderella Love number 15, and this is just a lovely girl. Again, it's not a tri-sectioned cover. You get the full figure of the gal in the cover.
Looks like Linda Evans.
Very much so. But she is lovely, and again, the guys are drawn, then they're okay. There's doody-doo, jeans, a green shirt, da-dee-da. And she's got the taffeta and different colors and shading and her hair and her makeup and her positions. Of course, the sexy hands, the fingers doing what they do. I mean, all of this just cranked out for our amusement. And I bought this book from. This book is notorious for having the dress faded or faded to light pink. This has full color on it.
Wow!
I bought this, and it's interesting when people on eBay, when they will sell a book, they take the lousiest pictures. You don't know what you're buying. You go, God, what did you take the picture with? An Etch-a-Sketch? What did you take the picture with? And so the guy, I said, could you send
daguerreotype?
This book was for sale. Did you squeeze it out of Play-Doh? What the hell did you do? So I said, could you send me another picture? So he had a low resolution, out of focus picture of this cover. So what he did was he took I was going to say a word, the lousy picture of that he had posted, a low resolution, and then he put it into his phone, and he went to the saturation button, and then he cranked the saturation all the way up, and then he sent me the picture. Now what I've got is I got a crappy picture that's an amorphous blob of color. I don't know what the hell it is. And so I really didn't know what I was going to get. I thought, well, I got to take a spin at it because it was fairly priced. It was not overpriced. It was fairly priced. And this book is not an easy book to get, I'm telling you. And so it came, and I was stunned by how beautiful this is. He could have taken a better picture of this book and asked for at least 30% more, and it would have sold right away. But as it was, I was the I was in the right place at the right time. So those were my rabbit holes that I went down. I gave you my rabbit hole with Lady Death, my rabbit hole with the Superman puzzles and early Golden Age stuff, and then Matt Baker.
That Matt Baker one deserves a standing ovation, but I'm sitting.
Yeah.
That was a great set of books.
Oh, well.
Thank you.
I was trying to find my Cinderella Love to show you the difference in the colors, but oh well, I couldn't find it.
Unfortunately, you left it behind to be found by the prince.
Yeah, maybe.
It'll take him a second to figure that out.
1 sec here.
Yes, archivist adrift. This was rabbit holes. Was it tonight? And we all have our rabbit holes, and I've been rabbit holing for a lot longer than any of you guys have, and so I have more paths down from whence I could go. Sounds terrible, doesn't it? But there it is.
Yeah, but the rabbits were different in your day than they are today.
I wish I could find my. Now I'm gonna have to search for that book.
Do you know, I've done this, ladies and gentlemen, I do this to Alan with regularity. I'll say, Alan, I found this book. He says, oh, I have that book. I said, well, of course. He says, no, I actually have it. I said, fine. He says, let me find that. And then Alan can't find the book. And then he spends the next, and then like I'm on the cell phone with him talking. I said, okay, well, anyway, he said, no, just a minute. And I hear him moving furniture and opening cabinets and all this stuff, looking for this book because he just says, I know I have this book.
It's in here somewhere.
And I drive him. I said, I'm not trying to drive you crazy. If I knew I could do that, I would do it with regularity, but I can't. I'm not trying to do that to you. So he's, again, now I've done it to him once again.
That's going to bother me because it's...
He'll find it when we go up there. Oh, yeah.
Like, I have a pretty good run of, you guys can all show your canoe heads.
Not on camera.
Just whip them out and show them.
Somebody should send this to CGC and watch what it gets.
Yeah, I wonder what the census
There's
is
none.
for this one. None.
There's none.
Wow.
None, Alan, none.
You can, whoever gets it graded first
gets to have the unique copy.
Yeah.
I just cannot believe
I
that
have
about
no intention of sending it in to be slabbed whatsoever.
He'll be in memory of me for bringing it up.
Well, you're the one that started it.
I know.
I would like to point out that I have an open invitation to Paul Chatto to be on my stream at any time.
Really?
We can discuss Canoe Head if he shows up.
Oh, awesome.
That'd be cool.
That'll be great.
Does he live near you? Does he live near you?
He lives. I think he lives in.
He lives in Toronto.
Lives in Toronto.
Yeah, he's still in Canada.
So in Canada, that's pretty close. What is it? 9,000 miles away. What is it?
200 miles
It's
west.
5 hours from where I am, but that's
It's
not the
about 4
point.
hours.
I'm just saying that if he ever hears this, and he wants to, he can come on my channel anytime because we can discuss Canoe Head and we can have a blast.
I don't think he's gonna watch. This.
Reach out to him on Instagram. I've sent several invites to people and heard back on none, but one day I might. So.
Oh yeah, they're saying that you're muted.
No, he's
can you
not
hear
muted.
me now?
We hear him. I hear him.
Yeah.
I think
hear
it
him.
was actually. I
JX
think I was.
says he's his first cousin, but they aren't married. That's
that
because
true,
of Matt
JX?
talking about first cousins that they could marry. He won't let that drop because Matt instantaneously knew that kissing cousin was okay if it was the
part
first
of the
cousin.
training I got in family law. That's
See,
why
this
I
is
know it.
the training that
Family
this
law.
is the no right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of training that they get in Canada, so that they know who they can shack up with legally. And this is why Canada is so forward thinking and so syrupy.
I think it's good to know your options.
Yes, it's very nice. Jerry Lee Lewis would have been happy to know that.
He seemed like a very happy man.
Half your states allow cousin marriage. Okay.
I wouldn't know that, Matt, but you
pretty
seem
sure
to know
mine
all
does.
about this sort of stuff internationally too.
No,
How is it in Belarus?
listen, the only reason it's a big deal is because I thought the United States had that thing where, you know, if it's a marriage in one, it's a marriage in 50.
That generally that is what we have here now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
what's that marriage in 1, marriage in 50? What the heck? What's that
Alan,
mean?
it's a confusing concept. Don't worry your little head about it. In Canada, it's not that way. If you get married in Manitoba, they'll kill you in Saskatchewan right away.
No.
Okay. So it's a
Marriage in
marriage
Canada
one,
is
if you
federal.
get
Especially in
married legally in
Saskatoon.
one, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
In the States,
Saskatoon.
marriage is by state. In Canada, marriage is federal. So therefore, it doesn't matter. All marriages are. It's one of those weird hybrid things where the federal government makes the rules for marriage and divorce, as in who can marry who. The provinces decide how you get married.
And is it
Like-
true that
like
there are
the
different ages of consent in marriage in the different
There used to
provinces?
be. There used to be. There may still be in some cases. I think 1 or 2 provinces still have the 16 with parental consent, but most of them are 18. Quebec used to allow girls as low as 14 to get married without
I thought it was
parental
15.
consent.
Matt,
Okay,
you're
14.
you're scaring me with what you know,
Hey,
and you've got it right on the tip of your tongue too. Jeez Louise.
does anybody have the
when he
comic
married
with
his
the first appearance
14-year-old
of First Cousin Marriage?
He had to know these things.
First cousin marriage.
Yeah, the first appearance of it.
First print. First print.
We are veering out of our lane, boys.
I do have
Well,
the
that's
first
because
of my
the
marriage,
chat.
like,
That's because the chat's still fixating on how
Oh,
well
that's true. This is
Matt
JX's
was able to
fault.
Well, that was a great show,
instantaneously
Alan.
answer that question,
Yeah.
and it was obvious that he knew exactly what he was talking about. No, first cousins are legal to marry. You can't marry your uncle. You can't marry your aunt, but your first cousin, have at
Fair
it,
game.
but
Fair
buddy,
game.
have at it.
That's weird. That's weird.
Okay, on
Matt's-
that
Matt's
positive
sizzling.
note, I guess we're gonna wrap it up for tonight.
We're gonna leave it there. That it's
Yeah.
No, there was one more part about it I wanted to talk. Okay.
I want to
No
make
more
one thing clear. I am not a lawyer. I have
I've seen that
legal
commercial
assistance.
before. I am not an attorney. I am merely
No, but
an entertainment person
I've
who has
seen a
been
couple
paid to
lawyer
say this to
comments.
you.
Okay.
I'm not a lawyer. I just portray one on camera.
Well, thanks guys for watching. It was great.
Okay,
I'm like
so,
Sam Waters.
Yeah. So what was I gonna say?
Goodbye.
Anyone have anything coming up before we wrap it up?
I just want to
Tuesday
say I just hit 300 subscribers and I posted on it. And
Congratulations.
I think a lot of that comes from here, so I appreciate that. So thank you.
Nate, is it the
Yes.
case that you're doing a 300 giveaway thing and people can?
I mean, no, but I'll do a giveaway soon.
Okay,
Alan,
do it
you're
at
interested
500.
in
Do it at
having a
500.
giveaway at 300. When was your last giveaway for any numbers in your chat or in your
I
channel?
don't really do milestones. I just did a giveaway just because it was fun.
Okay,
And I'll
that's
probably
cool.
I'm gonna do them regularly. Like it was just a fun like live hangout and like spinning the wheel and
Yeah, I saw that last time on your thing.
yeah, we
Yeah.
had a blast. So I'm gonna do it again, but like not because
It
I
was
hit certain
rigged, but
subscriber
other than
numbers.
that,
it was
good.
rigged. Yeah,
was rigged.
I typed in who I wanted to get it.
Mhm.
Who ended up with it, Hagen?
No, Hagen gave some stuff away too.
Mhm.
Oh,
did
Hagen
your
gives stuff away
team.
too. Alan, are you
Yeah.
paying attention? Both
Okay.
Nate
I-
and Hagen are giving
okay,
things
guys.
away. Have you noticed that?
Okay, listen, wait, I'm close to 5,000. At
Oh,
5,000,
that's a big one.
I will do a big giveaway.
Yeah, another
Oh,
issue
I
of the
am
ferret.
also-
Maybe something better.
Well, you know,
I am also 38 subs away from my giveaway at 529. I'm at
Okay.
491 at the timing right now. So
okay.
Well done,
So-
man.
you know,
If you can get
also I
250
have
people to subscribe to my channel, we can do a 5,000 giveaway on my channel.
We'll
And
see
if
what we
and
can
30
do.
people go over to Matt's channel, that's easier. You can subscribe and get a giveaway there too.
in fact
Thank
one
you,
of my
Fiddle.
prizes that I'm going to give away. I'm going to give away a gift card to. I've checked that apparently I can do so. So
Okay, that's
Look
actually
at this.
a good idea.
Chonko did a giveaway at 50, and the
Yeah.
guy who won it was in the Philippines. And it's costing him $85 to ship it, and he's going to get the book through. He's going to get it through, though, anyway.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's awesome.
Very nice, very nice.
Very nice of you.
Oh, and Big Nasty's almost at 50 subs too.
Hey, all right. Congrats,
and we
Rick.
got Steve. We got on my broadcast last week. We got Steve
That.
to over 100. Steve
Yeah,
Driscoll.
you can
Yeah.
buy subscribers.
It's a no. No.
It has to be organic. I've
want-
had people hit me with that. We can get you another 1,500 followers for
I
your
want the
Instagram. I said, I don't want that. I want to pick. I want to pick who I have
keep
on.
telling
I don't
people I know a guy, and that I wonder who that is.
I know a guy that knows
Half
a
of
guy.
them-
Actually, I actually do that for clients, but not for
I
my
know
own channel.
he is the guy. Alan is the guy.
I am the guy that does that.
But also,
the guy he knows.
So you're a procurer, are you?
I can do that for channels. Like
if you're up
What?
for a lot of
Oh
fun
my
on
God,
Tuesday,
Alan, you're a procurer.
Hey,
I
no,
help
he's
channels
doing it
get
right
like
though.
thousands of subs if they need them. But
Alan's
I-
not doing it himself. He's not getting
I don't
high
do
on
it
his
for my
own
own channel,
supply. He's a successful power broker.
He's an enabler, is what he is.
Yeah,
I
he
do
is.
it for other people, not for myself. But yeah.
are you pumped for Tuesday there, Stephen?
Am I
Oh
pumped
yes,
for
it's
Tuesday?
the final battle, right?
The final battle of my trivia between Lettuce Comics and Stephen Gentner is on Tuesday.
Ooh.
So you have to
7
brush up
p.m.
on all your
Eastern.
Matt trivia.
All of my Matt trivia.
It's not about
All I know
Matt
is first
trivia.
cousins. That's all I know. It's going to have to carry me through. That's the only thing that's going to make it for me.
Just
It's
think,
well,
if
Stephen,
Justin, if
Alex Schomburg was happily married. And who did he marry? His first cousin. He married his first cousin.
You better have some first cousin questions.
just think
buddy.
about this: if Superman and Supergirl had been born in Canada,
They
they
could have
got married, but they were
Yeah.
born on Krypton, where it's forbidden.
Right.
Never mind that she was 15 at the time he told her that.
Right.
Well, you were
Well,
saying
that's
that in
legal
Quebec,
in
14 was
Quebec.
okay. You know.
14 was okay till about 1960.
I
And once
feel
they
like
got
that brings
rid of
us
the
back to Jerry
alpha-
Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. It's okay. So let's. okay.
Great
and
balls
on
of
Monday,
fire.
by the way.
Hey, this was a better ending than the first one, Alan. I promise.
Okay. Okay. Quickly on Monday, Stephen and I are doing the Monday special, and it's a under $50 Monday special.
For you, it is.
Well, maybe under $100 for we'll
Well,
try to.
I
be sending
don't know
those.
how I'm going to do this. To be honest with you,
But we're
I'll
gonna
show
try.
I'll show
under,
some stuff.
Under 50 is the goal for Golden Age comics, so it'll be pretty
Whoa.
cool. So it's going to be like something where people who maybe don't have the big budgets that Stephen does, that can afford, can get into the comics.
Alan, have you looked behind yourself of late? I mean, have you looked behind yourself?
I only have like my cheap.
Are you?
comics
Do you
that I
have
use.
rubber-soled shoes on? Because the lightning bolt's going to hit you sure as hell.
Yeah. So yeah.
on a
So it
thick
should be a
skin
great
cup.
show. Okay.
Awesome.
So
Very
everyone,
cool.
bye bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you,
Thank you
everybody.
for being here.
I am
Okay.